Hello, hello. I feel like I've been playing hooky. I have not been around for a while, and good reason for that. There's been so much going on energetically with these light frequencies that I have just been doing so much work to just anchor in and get these shifts aligned with what is taking place that I just have not been able to come on and make a video. So I apologize for that. I want to thank the new subscribers for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate the support. To those of you that have been with me, thank you so much. It means a great deal to me for your support. And so let's just jump into it because I feel like it's coming through already. So if you read my posts or my blog on my website, you know that I just went through a major activation. Haven't had a major activation in quite a few years. And this one, I wasn't quite sure what was going on at first. Sometimes I don't always get that information right away, but I knew that it was a shift pertaining to what's taking place now with these different waves of energy coming through that first activated on November 30th. And so we had the activation with the full moon lunar eclipse. And then after the 30th, we had the 12/12 gateway. And then after 12/12, we just had the solar eclipse on the 14th. Now, these are all significant dates because they're all creating an opportunity for clearing, for expansion of consciousness, for spotlights to be shined down. Now, I'm not an astrologer, but I do know enough about what's going on, and I can connect that to what I'm receiving from, my higher realms, my higher selves, my future self, to connect all of the dots. So a lot of this has to do with the lunar eclipse shining the spotlight on what's hidden in the darkness, which is coming to light and will be continuing to come to light. And then the solar eclipse highlights those areas where we are needing to look at ways in connecting ourselves into our pathway on a deeper level. Okay. And so all of these codes coming in right now are expanding the consciousness. Now, when I get hit with these heavy surges of energy and it takes me offline, I know it's always a higher purpose, because one of the things that I did in my soul blueprint was contract to clear discordant frequencies through my body for the collective consciousness. And I did that when I had cancer twice. That was actually the activation of my Kundalini awakening. That was in 2000. And then after that, I cleared a cyst, a Bartholin cyst in my Bartholin gland back in October of 2017. But I have to say, I had that cyst for 4 years, and it would come to the forefront and then go away, come to the forefront and go away. And what was happening with that cyst is it was presenting itself when I was about to step into something that was out of alignment for me. So I was starting to understand how my body's energy was working as I was creating these conflicts within my own energy field. Now, if you want more information on creating illness, you can read at my blog a post that I have called Creating Illness. I just revised it because new information came through. That's very significant. And who knows, I'll probably revise it again in another couple months because more and more information is coming in and making itself available to me via my team, my higher selves, and my future self. So when I started to really understand how the energy of this cyst was like a barometer for my own personal energy, finally at the end, as I was clearing it, because it took a lot of effort on my part, a lot of connecting with my guides. I was working with the Pleiadians from when the cyst first appeared back in January of 2013. And it took me until 2017, October 2017 to clear it. October 2017 was when we went into the whole Me Too movement. Charles Manson passed. Hugh Hefner passed. The whole Playboy thing fell apart. We were in root chakra, heavy root chakra. We were in manipulation. We were in betrayal. We were in shame. And a lot of stuff started to come to the forefront. The Harvey Weinstein stuff, all of that was popping up. Okay. And as I was clearing this cyst, which was excruciatingly painful, I was also transmuting the discordant energies on behalf of the collective consciousness of humanity. Okay. Now, my human would never have chosen that as something to do in this lifetime if I knew that when I first was birthed, that what that was going to be like, I would have canceled that contract immediately. But my soul essence needed to experience that, and also chose to experience that because each time I had a significant illness or significant issue in my body with my health, it created an opportunity for me to go deeper. In other words, I didn't go into victimhood. I was in warrior mode after the cancer, and I'm like, I'm not going to be a victim to it. I'm not claiming myself as a survivor. I'm not going to go around telling everybody. I'm not sharing it on social media. I'm not telling my coworkers. I'm not going to be a victim to the cancer. I'm going to stand in these shoes that have cancer written on them, because now these are the new shoes I'm standing in. And I'm going to face this, and I'm going to figure out the nutrition, because my doctor had no clue. And I will tell you that doctors don't know, because they only get a semester of nutritional training. So if you're expecting them to know, unless you have a really good doctor who also went on to do nutritional training and educated themselves, doctors have no clue. Just know that, okay? And we need to be our best advocate and ask questions continually. What if this? What should I do here? Check your doctor. You need to see what he knows, right? You need to vet your doctor, just like you need to vet other people in your lives. What do they know? What are they coming in for? Do they have my best interest at heart? Do they care? If they don't care, they're just going to be like what my doctor said. I don't know, maybe lose weight and get a healthy diet. I don't know. But you'll figure it out. And so I did. And that took me down the road to, the nutritional background that I have now, and having worked with my own cancer and healing. So we can't leave this to someone else. But what I'm trying to say here is that we have to be that warrior that says, I'm not going to stop until I resolve this and see, one, where is this coming from? It's being constructed within my emotional body and my mental body, right? And it's hitting in my physical field, which means that I created it through my thoughts and my emotions and my actions, okay? And then the second part of this is identifying how you have to shift those thoughts, words, and emotions to undo this now, to heal yourself, to get into a better state of alignment, right? Well, that's what I worked on. That's all I did for 4 years. I was in this work because I've been in this work for 20 years, but I did nothing but work on how to heal this cyst, because I was like, I'll be damned if I am going to have the surgery. I can't afford it. I didn't have insurance to cover it at the time. And I'm like, it's in the same place my cancer was in, right? And so when I had the cancer, it was in my cervix. And so here's the cyst showing up in the same place, right? And so the cancer was an opportunity for me to link the cyst and go like, okay, I'm still creating something that is not healthy for me, okay? So in this energy, we are being pushed forward to shift ourselves. Everything that is presenting is an opportunity for us to shift ourselves. Now, why this is important is because everything that is happening now is moving at such a quick rate, right? I chose to use my body as a vehicle, as a means to move the energy on the earth, anchoring from the sun into Gaia to help Gaia amplify her field, because she is a living being. She is a soul form, just like the sun is a soul form. And so what happened to me was on Sunday night, I started to receive these significant solar bursts and plasma energy coming through. I couldn't touch my phone. I had to put it down because the intensity through my body was almost suffocating to me, because I felt like I was all electricity. Okay. And I work with energy. So it wasn't disturbing to me, and it wasn't upsetting or anything like that, but I knew something was transpiring. And so when I woke up at around, I want to say 1 o'clock on Monday morning, my legs were radiating up and down, the pain in my legs, right? So part of that is gamma energy that is coming through, because gamma works the nervous system and it works the immune system, and it feels like electrical stim, except this was intensified and magnified by 1,000%. And then, of course, I was having the plasma bursts of energy, and they enter your heart center because that's the portal for everything. Okay. And so as this energy was coming through me, I was in a lot of pain as this radiating energy going up and down my legs, throughout my hips. And it was really amplified in my solar plexus through the gurgling that I was experiencing, which is the plasma energy. And I just was like, oh my God, here we go again. And so Monday, I could barely move. My tailbone was like on fire, my whole spine. I felt like I had the flu, right? We talked about that before in past videos. Flu, FLU, frequency, light, upgrades. That's what happens to the body when we feel flu-like. And this was a flu, but without any of the head cold or anything like that, right? I wasn't sick. It was just my body went into this state of just achy, just being achy all over. And then that went away and just focused on my spine. And then I realized that my spine was lighting up like another Kundalini activation, except this way, all the way up my spine, up into the back of my neck, right where my occipital bone is, where the light codes enter. And so all day Monday, I was completely out of commission. I was really having a difficult time, mostly in bed, trying to recover myself in my little light pod in my bed. And then by Tuesday, I was touch and go, off and on, not really feeling myself. And so I knew I had to go to the grocery store. So my friend who shares the house with me was like, well, I have nothing to do today. Let's go together and I'll drive, so you don't have to worry about that. And I was okay. So I got in the car. Of course, I put on the heated seats just to like warm up my back. And she was like, do you mind if we stop for something to eat first instead of going to the store right away? I was like, yeah, that's fine. I'm hungry. So here's what I want you to see, right? I want you to see this because I created all of this. So pay attention here because this is important. So I was in such a chaotic state within myself because, one, I knew I should not have been outside the house. I should have been in the bed. But I had certain things that I had to take care of that prevented me from staying in the bed. I really should have just stayed in the bed, right? And so here I am going to the diner to have something to eat, place I go to all the time, regular there. And we walk in, sit down at a booth, and the next thing I know is like 10 people come out with cleaning stuff and this product called Fabuloso, which is, I don't like it because it's got such a pungent smell to me, right? It's just me, it's my thing. And they start cleaning the plexiglass on every single booth around us, right? Not on our booth, but on every booth around us. The smell is permeating. I can't smell anything else. All I smell is this cleaner. And that is starting to irritate me because now I'm thinking, I really want to enjoy my meal, right? And then the next thing that happens, because I was in that funky state, is another cleaner shows up, and this time he has a mini vacuum cleaner and he's running it loudly at every table around our table. And then my friend is looking at me, we're looking at each other going like, this is not possible. And I found myself getting more intensified, and I'm like, I just got to let this go because he's going to stay around my table because I'm creating all of this. I'm attracting the people cleaning, I'm attracting the guy vacuuming, because I didn't really want to be out. I was not in my highest alignment. I was in excruciating pain, and I was I was creating more pain experiences, more painful experiences showing up in my reality, because I really didn't want to be out. So when I realized what I was doing, and I said to my friend, I'm creating all of this, okay? I'm creating it. I have to shift this. I have to shift myself. And then in a moment, the waiter comes over and he said, you know, I'll take your order. Would you like something? So he puts down 2 straws on the table. And I look at the straw and I immediately start fixating on the straw, because now I'm looking at it going, I wonder if he'll give me an extra straw. This is so silly, but I wonder if he'll give me an extra straw, because I'd like to be able to use it for my artwork. There's a technique that I saw that I wanted to try, and it requires blowing into a straw and streaming the paints, the watercolor paints. And I just fixated on that. And the minute I fixated on that, I was in a happy vibration, because art makes me happy. And the thought of using the straw made me happy. And the next thing I know, the busboy who comes over with the 2 glasses of water usually only just brings water, because the waiter gives you the straws. Well, the busboy comes over with not 1 extra straw, but 2 extra straws. So he brings us water and 2 extra straws. So I'm like, look at that, my straws showed up, because I am such an instantaneous manifester. Now, the reason I'm telling you this story is because I created all of it, right? My attitude when we first got there was in the toilet, because I did not feel good. I could barely sit in the booth. My back was killing me. I could barely walk, okay? But I had to accomplish certain things. When I realized I was attracting all these negative situations to me, and I shifted it and I found something else to fixate on, to raise my vibration, to make me happy, to create happy, I shifted it and changed and manifested 2 more straws. Okay, something simple. Straws are simple to manifest. When I can manifest light energy in my hands and show you how that looks, I will definitely make a video about that. Or manifest a crystal in my hands from focused intention and manifestation, because that is coming, right? That is our birthright to be able to do that. So when I realized that and I shifted into a higher state of vibration, and then the pain diminished just a little bit, enough for me to get through and then get home, because I didn't spend a whole lot of time out, just got what I needed. And that night, the sky was like the most magnificent violet and magenta, and I could not get over it. And it just was like amazing to see this, but this is the energy that's coming in, okay? So the reason I'm telling you this is because we're in a heightened state of light frequency right now. It's super, super high. And I know that there's a lot of things that are going on that, you know, are feeling very stressful for many of us, that we just want this to be over with, the whole, you know, COVID thing and quarantine and all of that, and the masks and whatnot. But we're almost at the end of this, you know, please believe that. And the outcome is going to be very good. Now, here's the thing though, is you can move through this holiday season and you cannot find the joy in anything, and really, you know, hold on to the Ebenezer Scrooge kind of attitude, because it's not the same as it's always been. The tradition of Christmas and Hanukkah, the New Year, or the whole thing is not the same as it's been in the past, because it just feels so different, right? And it feels so, we feel the heaviness of it. But I challenge you to find the lightness in it, okay? Because Christmas is the 5D timeline. So when you're feeling Christmas, when you're feeling Christmas music, when you're, you know, you're singing Christmas tunes and you're in the spirit of Christmas, this year more than ever before is the 5D timeline, okay? And I'm seeing that coming in very, very strongly. Now, it's important to get the vibration up and be in that timeline, be a conduit to that energy. That's the energy that we want to be in. The reason for that is, and I wrote this in my post the other day, is because we're in an active awakening. So ascension, the great awakening that's taking place on the earth, is about our DNA activating, right? And so one of the most important things for us to understand is that our DNA is we already have 2 strands turned on, right? And we've been focused on getting the other 12 strands turned on. Well, I can tell you from this experience that I had where I was flat on my back in bed because my spine, my hips mostly, so that's your sacral, that's your creative center, right? Your creativity, women give birth there, okay? Major creative center. And then, of course, the root chakra. That's where the sexual organs are to create the baby, right? The man and woman can come together, create a baby, and this is the creation is formed as the baby, right? Well, we're in that energy right now, which is the Holy Trinity, which is the Holy Father, the Holy Mother, and the Holy Child. The Holy Child is the creation, right? And we're in creator state. My last 8-week series was about getting into creator states of being, the higher timelines. Now, why this is important is because the first strand of DNA is about our physical body, okay? The second strand of DNA is the duality, polarity, time lock, right? It's the whole construct of the matrix. And then the third strand, when that activates, that's the strand that awakens us. That's the ascension strand. That's the Trinity that's needed, right? 3 is a very, very sacred number. Any of you that do Reiki know that we did the symbols 3 times. You spoke them 3 times to activate them. So 3 is a very, very important number. It's significant in so many different ways, okay? And which I don't want to get into in this video. But so this whole situation, this whole dynamic right now is very, very powerful because these light frequencies are allowing, assisting, supporting for that third strand of DNA to come online to upgrade those that are still not awake yet. Okay, and a lot of people are asking, how's that going to look? Nobody knows. Okay, even those that are predicting how that's going to happen, right? The great event, the solar flash. Well, the sun is flashing now, so solar flashing for me is happening. If we have one big magnificent solar flash, okay, maybe that could happen. I know that from a timeline perspective, we're all on individual timelines. So the collective experience on the 21st is, yes, going to be a collective experience, but we're already in our ascension process on our individual timelines, okay? So I want each of you to stay present in the energy of the day, each in the energy of what's presenting now, and not focus on the 21st. Don't focus on the 25th, because when we do that, guess what? We're no longer present. And when we're no longer present, we're in the future, and the future creates anxiety. Then another part of that is not being on your current timeline, you can also create depression for yourself. So try not to do that. Every time you're thinking about the future or heading out to the future, call yourself right back. Don't do that. Make yourself present. Make yourself stay right here. It's so important for us to be present in our awareness of all things that are going on, okay? So the energies are going to ramp up. They're going to become heavier. You're going to see the sky become more magical, of course, when we don't have days like we're having today on Long Island in New York, which is a very cloudy, gloomy day. But when the day is a nice day, please make sure you get your face in the sun and start to notice, even if you don't notice it. This is how we do this. Even if you don't notice it, start to look at the sky and go, wow, I can't wait until I see the rainbow light, right? I see it every day. It's there every day, regardless of whether I see it in a cloud or I see it in the sun. I just see it in the sky. It's there every day, okay? Now you're seeing it really amplify first thing in the morning when the sun rises, and then in the evening when the sun sets, right? So that's kind of like a clarion call, like the 1111 number, a clarion call to get you to pay attention, to focus. Wow, look at the morning sky. Wow, look at the evening sky. That's getting you more focused, more attentive to what is playing out, what is unfolding in our reality, okay? And that is really, really important, because right now with all of this, and any of you that are experiencing lower body pain, hip pain, lower back pain, leg pain, any of that, right? We're releasing 3D. We're releasing the matrix, okay, of 3D through our physical field. So those that are really anchored in, let go, just let it go, let yourself shift. Go back to my grounding video. Okay, I'm going to try and remember to post the links to all of these things in the video below, so that you have those to go back to, my blog and the grounding video, because in my grounding video, I tell you, we cannot ground into Gaia anymore. If you're still doing that, you can't. Stop. Gaia is going through her physical ascension. You do not want to ground into Gaia while she's going through a physical ascension. It's not going to support you. We need to be working from the heart centers on up, right? We need to be focused up with our energies and connecting and accessing through our ascension column, through our tube torus, up into the higher realms, right? We use our heart to do that. So, you know, that's what's important right now, is staying on track with that, and manifesting. We are manifesting like crazy, crazy, crazy manifesting, crazy energy, okay? So really be careful where you are placing your attention and your intention, because manifestation is happening instantaneously. Look at the 2 straws. That has never happened. I've been going to that diner for the longest time, but I was so fixated on that straw, thinking I really want to use it in my water, but really I should really just take it home with me and use it in my painting, because I wanted to try this one technique. And sure enough, the busboy shows up with 2 new straws, right? Yesterday was an amazing day for me. I went out with the highest intention, and I was feeling Christmas. I can't tell you, for the last 7 years, I have not felt Christmas the way I feel Christmas today. I just had not felt it. I had tuned out of all of that, because a lot of that is attached to tradition, which is in 3D. It's attached to a lot of belief systems that have to be unraveled, some programs. It's attached to consumerism. You know, they perpetuate the buying, the spending. It's never enough. So, you know, all of that is like just releasing, right? But yesterday I went out. In every single thing I did, I found the highest, greatest joy. Now, my back was still bothering me. My hips and my legs in the morning was still bothering me a little, because that morning at 3 o'clock in the morning, 3, again, big number, 3 o'clock in the morning, this has been happening to me, you know, consecutively, my team waking me up, and I went to my bedroom window where I have like a little makeup desk and a chair, and I sat there and I just stared out the window, because it was like 20 degrees outside. I did go outside for a few minutes, but it was very hard to stay out there. And I just sat with the stars, and I just sat looking at the stars and connecting into my team, my higher self, my future self, and just making that connection. And I just felt so good, so grounded, so alive, so aware, so awake, right? So do these things. And if you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, yay, because your team is calling you, okay? They want to connect with you. That's all higher self. 3 a.m., wake up call, higher self, wanting you to connect, okay? So do that. And stay in a space where you know, even if you don't know, you know the best is coming, because I promise you, the best is coming. What it looks like is not what it is. Tune out. You got to tune out of the movie, tune out of the show, watch something else and eat your popcorn if life is too stressful for you. Do not let yourself get into a state of despair, okay? And for those of you that want to learn to manifest, I have a class starting tonight. It's 8 weeks. We're doing a series. You can take one class if you want, or you can take all 8 classes. And you can find that link on my website under events. It's already posted below. And just really, you know, stay in the higher timelines for manifestation. Okay. It's so important to manifest the highest outcome possible. All right, I can't say that enough. These energies are moving us. They're super, super fast. Okay. Watch your thoughts, watch your words, and watch your actions. Do not speak lower vibrational words. If you are using any curse words or derogative terms in your expression of spoken word, please be mindful. We do not want to carry that in our vibration. We do not want to use that in our day-to-day experience because we want to stay in the highest timelines possible. Okay, make sure you are staying hydrated. Make sure you are staying rested. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water. When life feels rough, let go. Okay. And if you are being challenged, and I know some of you are right now, with standing in your power and feeling despair and like you just feel like life is just never fair, look at where you're holding on to victimhood programming. Okay. Because if life offers you an opportunity and you're not seeing it as an opportunity to shift, that's victimhood. Okay. Everything presented in our path is an opportunity for us to shift. I could have gone into victimhood when I had cancer for the first time because I literally just ended an 11-year marriage, lost my house, lost the money, lost everything. I had nothing, okay? And 3 months after leaving, I wake up to my guides telling me to go to the doctor, you have cancer. I could have rooted into victimhood mentality, and I guarantee you, I would not be sitting here talking to you today about this. I would not be your biggest cheerleader cheering you on because I know what this takes. I know how to get here, okay? I'm constantly offering that solution in all of my work, all right? I know what you need. I am here to help you, okay? But I can't help you if you can't see a clear path to helping yourself. All right, this is where I'm continually talking about self-care, caring for others, the art of giving and receiving, reciprocity. We can't just be takers. We can't just receive, right? That's an imbalance in our system. We have to be givers, okay? My problem was I gave all the time and I never received. So now my job is to open myself to receiving. So if somebody is offering to give me something, I need to be a good receiver and say, oh, thank you very much. I can't believe you're giving me that, but that's wonderful. Thank you so much. I will take it, right? So we have to shift it. We have to see where we're out of balance, okay? And work within those energies. It is super important right now. I can't express this enough, okay? And I'm telling you from a seat that's been through a lot in my life, all right? Been through 3 marriages, lost everything 3 times, and yet I am still here. I'm here. And not only am I here, but I moved into this house 2 years ago without a penny to my name, okay, on a wing and a prayer. And the first month I was here, I released so much fear. And then December was like a turning point for me, okay? And I'm here to tell you, I am thriving right now, okay? I might not have $1 million yet, but I am thriving. I have never been happier in my whole entire life. I love my life for the first time ever, and I want that for you. I want you to have that too. Desperately, I want that for you. Okay, so if you're feeling despair, do not give up on yourself. Stay tuned in, stay plugged in. I offer solutions. My classes run once a week. That weekly class is amazing support. We're a gathering, we're a community. Everybody comes together to support each other. And then I support all those in my class individually as needed, okay? So there's always options for you. Okay, and I'm here to tell you, if I could do it, and I don't know anybody that was more in a lack consciousness than me, because vows of poverty and chastity and all this other kind of stuff, right? I gave all my wealth away, kept giving it away, kept not, just let myself be chased. Okay, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna let myself go here, go there, do this, do that. And you want my money? Have my money. Oh, I don't need money. I'm okay. Well, that's the furthest thing from the truth. That is not my reality anymore. So if I could flip this, and I could come back into health after having cancer twice and then healing a Bartholin cyst and going through a whole host of other things, You can do it too, okay? You can do it. I know you can. I am your champion. I am cheering you on. We are getting there. The best is yet to come. I promise you. I promise you, okay? So be love for yourself first. Self-love is so important. You can't give your love if you don't know what it feels like, okay? I want you to be present for yourself and show up for yourself. Love yourself. Stay hydrated. Rest when you need rest. I get in my bed when I just can't go anymore, or I need to shift, or I just need to rest. All right. Do good things for yourself. I'm doing watercolor painting because I love it. I love it. It is making me so, so happy, happier than I've ever been before. And I want that happy for all of you. Okay. Because I finally found my happy and I didn't know what that was like. And now I do. I know how to get here. Okay. And that's what I've been sharing with you all along. So go back and watch my other videos, read through my blog, read through my Instagram page, okay? Know that I love you so, so much. I love you so much, and I want the best for you, all right? I'm here with you. We are doing it. I'm not going anywhere. I disappear for a while when I need to upgrade or heal my body. Just know that we got this. We are doing this, okay? And I wish you a wonderful whatever you are doing. Know that I love you. I'm sending you so much love. All right. I will see you again soon. Be well. Be safe.